Hi, my name is Nasser Sheikh and I'm a Chartered Certified Accountant with Hoffman & Cohen, a firm based in Knightsbridge, London. I would like to first apologize for a delay of 2 months in creating this video, which, as most of you are aware, was due to the 31st of January tax deadline. The tax is precisely why I have decided to create this video, the topic of which is how do I love paying taxes? I'm sure you're wondering as to how anyone in their right mind loves paying taxes. So be sure to find out on this video. As an accountant, one of the most difficult tasks that I usually encounter is telling a client on how much tax they have to pay. We all must pay our fair share of taxes, and by hiring an expert, one would hope to only pay the minimum amount of tax legally possible. However, this still does not make the payment of taxes any happier. We're living in a world where business faces constant cash flow problems. The businesses that are usually running low on cash specifically find it hard to pay the taxes they owe, which would naturally result in them dreading those taxes. Have you ever wondered why the employees who work for you do not go through this usual tax dread? Let's use an example, shall we? Let's say you decided to pay your employee, Mr. Joe Blogg, without deducting any tax or national insurance, who earns £5,000 gross per month. You then told Mr. Blogg that he will have to pay £1,500 in taxes and national insurance after 22 days. What do you think his reaction would be? The chances are that Mr. Blogg already spent the extra cash that he received and will be unable to pay the same tax that he has been paying every month in the past without any issues. Strange, isn't it? Now, how can an employee who's been fairly comfortable in paying taxes suddenly unable to pay the same tax while earning the same amount of salary? What just happened? It's mind-boggling, isn't it? Like, you give them the power and now suddenly they're in your shoes. They're finding it extremely difficult to pay the taxes they owe. What is really the answer? Why does that happen? The simple answer to that question is planning. It is human nature to believe what you see, which also goes with the funds that you see available in your bank account. When you believe it is your or the funds are yours, then you will naturally feel these are yours to spend. After all, it is your money, isn't it? However, the trouble is, when it comes to business, the answer is usually an unfortunate no. The amount you see available may have a portion of VAT that you have collected from your customers. If your business employs staff, then it could also have an amount of PAYE or national insurance liability attached to it. Your business may also be profitable, which could mean that that amount may have a corporation tax liability included in it. If you're not organized, you're bound to think that the entire amount available in your bank account is yours to spend, and may result in you spending that cash that did not belong to you, resulting in an all so common tax dread. Now compare yourself to your employee who was happy to pay the £1,500 at source deducted by you, but when the decision fell into their hands, then he failed to pay, resulting in the usual tax dread. And you may be thinking, how I usually do, I've highlighted the problem without talking about the solution. Now, when was the last time have I ever created a video without a solution? Solution is all I have in mind. I've learned this during my many years as Chartered Certified Accountant, that clients who are organized and have a fair idea of their tax payment, whether it be a VAT or corporation tax, regularly put aside the tax payment. When they do not see the funds available to them, then naturally they cannot spend it. During tax time, they do not feel the pinch, or they do not feel that the payment is going out of their pocket, as by regularly putting aside, they have never thought it was theirs in the first place, resulting in a happy client paying taxes happily. I see your question coming. How can you ever be happy paying taxes? Now, I'm not a psychic and cannot be sure on how you feel or will feel. However, I have seen an attitude shift towards a more happier side on a big number of clients following the same technique. You must now be wondering, if it's that easy, why isn't every business doing that? Now, this is $1 million question, which I'm going to further elaborate based upon my experience. From my experience, majority of successful businesses are already doing just that with the help of their advisors, who are regularly maintaining their clients' records and informing them with the tax that may become due. However, with a small business, you may not have enough resources to hire an expert, which is usually why it is mostly small businesses that fall into this trap due to their lack of knowledge or resources. As I say, you cannot avoid debt and taxes, then how could a small business avoid this trap? There's certainly accountants out there who will not charge you an arm and a leg in fees, but will keep your books organized, which will allow you to regularly see the amount of taxes payable instead of the usual end of the quarter or the end of the year. You can also decide to do it yourself, but the only way a small business can overcome this issue is by being organized. Now, depending upon the size of your business, you can spend around 30 minutes a day organizing your books. That will give you a fair idea on the amount of taxes payable. You can then transfer that amount to your savings account and forget about it. It may be not accurate, but your accountant can handle the accuracy at the end of the quarter or the year. You may still find some dread in paying taxes initially, but trust me, that would be a relatively smaller dread than the one you are so regularly encountering. Is it that simple? It is not simple, no, and you will require some time from your schedule to organize and the willpower to ensure that those funds are not used. If you choose to stick to this technique, you will suddenly find yourself in the happier world where majority of clients or individuals pay taxes happily. No, you will not be dead and in heaven. God, I wish there were no taxes in heaven. But then if there were no taxes, you won't need me in the heaven. Well, that's something for me to ponder upon, but trust me, if you start following this technique, then you will also start to feel that someone else is paying your taxes when it has been you. You know, maybe newer, happier, and more organized you, but you are the one who's paying the taxes and has finally escaped the ropes of that all so dreadful tax payment. This is where we'll conclude the video, and I hope that you find this video useful. Till next time, I wish you a wonderful week ahead. Thank you very much.